দিলে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে দিলে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে দিলে স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো
Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Gardening Learn and Fun with Safwana Saeed. I host this program every single week on a Monday at 7:30, and for the past few weeks we haven't been doing it due to external circumstances, but not to worry because we're back now. And so this is the program where we all can learn a little bit more about gardening. So we talk a little bit sciencey, and we also have a lot of fun doing it because we learn about things that you might have not have ever known about plants or about gardening. So that's very cool. And every week we'll have different segments. So I'll have a topic and we'll talk about a certain kind of fun topic there. And then we'll have segments for Key Stage 1 and 2. And we'll have a quiz at the end. And we'll also have a special guest every single week. And today's guest is Shurjo. Hi, Shurjo.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
All right. So Shurjo's our guest today. So Shurjo, how about you tell us who you are?
So my name is Shudra, and I'm a year 9 student that goes to Beth's Grammar. I have different types of hobbies, such as different types of sports. Really, I'm mostly in every sports teams like rugby, basketball, cricket, football. So yeah, it's quite fun. And in the meantime, fun time, I like gardening for my mum. So yeah, it's quite fun.
Oh, that sounds very interesting. You seem like a very sporty person.
Yeah.
I am definitely not very sporty, although I would love to be. So good for you that you are very sporty. So you said that you really like to garden with your mum. So what's your favorite thing about gardening?
Having mostly seeing your own fruits and plants grow, and having to eat them is quite fun, I guess. So it's just the feeling that you've grown them with your own hands and watered it every day and taking care of it, and having it at the end of the day is quite nice to have.
I agree. Completely agree. So do you have a favorite fruit or a favorite vegetable maybe that you want to share with us?
Yes, strawberries is my favorite fruit, and I don't really like vegetables as every other kid kind of does.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Well, hopefully we can fix that with these programs. You'll soon end up loving vegetables if you really try, because they're very important for you. But yeah, strawberries are amazing. Love them. Very nice strawberries. I think we did an episode about strawberries recently as well, so you must have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, well, I'll just tell a little bit about myself as well, just for everyone to know and for you to know as well. So I'm currently in boarding school in North Yorkshire, and I'm in year 12, sixth form. So I do maths, English, and psychology. And I also garden at my school now. I don't think I've said that on this program yet, but I do gardening for my school. So every Tuesday I have to go out, dig up some mud with my friends. Very fun. Okay, so how about we see who's here with us today?
All right.
Okay, so we have the one and only Shorkar Mukul uncle. Welcome to this show, Shurjo. And he says good evening. Yasmin Badhun says hi, good evening. Good evening to everyone. We've got some love hearts. Thank you. I'd like to say thank you for all of the support in our previous episodes as well before we start. So thank you so much. It's been very, very heartwarming reading all of the comments every episode and seeing people who have joined almost every single episode. The dedication is there. So thank you so much, I'd like to say. Tinku uncle says salam, walaikum salam. Okay. Mahmouda Prova, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Yes, and we've got a lot of likes. Everybody again. I can't explain how much I am grateful for everyone watching this. Uncle says, hello, everyone. Please encourage your kids to watch. Thanks. Yes. This is a show for kids, also adults. We also learn a lot of cool things for adults that would be fun. But we also have segments specifically for kids. So make sure you get your kids here so they don't miss out. Okay. Sounds like fun gardening with friends. Yes, it's quite fun, except for when it's raining. So yeah, it is quite fun most days. All right. So again, thank you for everyone for tuning in. So how about we start off today's program? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start off with my presentation. Okay. Oh, wait, we got a question from Uncle. Hi, Shudra. I can see... Oh, the comment's gone. Shudra, would you like to read the comment?
Hi, Shudra. I can see one plant behind you. Can you tell us about this plant? Well, I'm not really sure about most of the this plant right here. But from like the background, it kind of looks fake, but I can assure you it's real. So that's quite a like good touch, and yeah, it's just quite a nice plant to have in the background, I guess.
It does look a little bit fake, to be fair, but I'm sure it's a very nice real plant. Okay. Hello, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Okay, I'm gonna start off today's program with my presentation. So I've chosen a very fun topic for today, one that I had a lot of fun researching. So this is flowers in Greek mythology, and today we'll talk about two specific flowers, which is asters and narcissus. Narcissus. Lots of S's in that word, very hard to pronounce, aka daffodils. So I'm going to be talking about this because I always have had an interest in Greek mythology. So I'm going to be looking at that. Sorry, I think there was a bit of poor connection there. I'm not sure if you entirely heard me, but I researched Greek mythology for flowers, so I'm going to be showing that today. Okay, so sorry, there is a little bit of a connection issue going on here. Can you hear me all right? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's all right. It's better.
Okay. So we're going to be talking about asters. So on the first slide, I showed a picture of purple flowers. So these are asters. And I'm going to be telling you the story in Greek mythology about these flowers. So in Greek mythology, it was said that these gods and goddesses once all lived on Earth with humans, and they all lived happily together. But one day, all of the gods and goddesses were like, this is getting a little bit too evil and bad, and there's this wickedness growing here in humanity, and so we don't want to stay here anymore. So they all ascended to what way? And so what happened was they all left Earth, and Astraea, which is one of the goddesses of innocence and justice, was very, very sad to hear about this leaving and abandoning about the planet. And so because she was so sad, she began to cry as she ascended. And so what happened was she cried tears, and the tears fell down to Earth. And as soon as they hit the Earth, they became these aster flowers. So I have this on the slide. The tears fell down to Earth as she cried and wept for humanity. She was very, very sad for all of the humans, leaving them behind. So they fell down and turned into these flowers. And so on this slide, you can see a constellation called Virgo. And it's believed that she became this constellation after she ascended. So yeah, that's about asters, which I think is very, very cool. There's another version of the story as well, where Earth was once apparently flooded as a whole, and everything got destroyed. And she was very sad about this destruction. So she decided to cry her eyes out at this destruction, and her tears mixed with stardust and fell to Earth, creating these flowers. And the name is called starflower. Sorry, I have a little bit of bad connection. Okay, so that was asters. So I think that's a very cool story. So just a quick little kind of why these stories are there. So these are very, very ancient times, like a very, very long time ago. And so we didn't really know anything about the earth. And so they decided in Greece that they were going to come up with these stories in ways of explaining different things. So you'll see later an explanation about why we have echoes that they made. And so this was their explanation of why these flowers came to be. So I think it's very cool that they did that. Okay, so next we're going to be talking about narcissus flowers. So another name for these is daffodils, which might be more well known. But yeah, these are daffodils. And so in this story, what happened was a nymph named Echo. A nymph is kind of like, it's not a god or goddess, but it's kind of rules over like one aspect in their kind of universe. And so a nymph named Echo, what she did was she confessed her love to this man named Narcissus. And so he was the son of a water nymph, and she was left heartbroken by him, and because he rejected her. And she was so heartbroken that she went into a cave and she stayed there until all that was left of her was her voice. And so her voice was left lingering on earth and echoing about, which is why we have echoes. That's kind of how they explained it, which I think is pretty cool. So in addition to that, what happened was a goddess of revenge named Nemesis in this story. Nemesis looked down and saw the heartbreak and was very, very angered by it. So what she did was she decided to punish Narcissus. So what happened was she lured Narcissus to a lake or a riverbank of some sort. And he looked down into the riverbank and saw his own reflection. He became so in love with this reflection of himself that he stayed there basically forever. And he kept laying there on the riverbank without any food, without any water, until all that was left of him was these white flowers. He became so consumed with the love for himself that he just withered away. And so, yeah, what was left in his place was these white and yellow flowers, which are now known as narcissuses, or the narcissus flower. So I think that's probably one of my favorite stories. I just think it's very cool. It also explains why, when someone's being narcissistic, we say, they're being narcissistic because they're kind of obsessed with themselves. So that's kind of the derivative of that word. I think somewhere in the comments, someone said that about the narcissism syndrome, something like that. I'm not sure where that was. Yeah, go ahead.
So from this story, would we assume that daffodils can appear anywhere?
Well, so what happened is because he was next to a riverbank, people think that's why that these daffodils grow near riverbanks. So you'll commonly see them growing along the lakeside or the riverside. So that's kind of why they chose the reflection of the river. So they don't really grow everywhere, but they do grow quite a lot everywhere, to be fair.
Yeah.
So yeah, but most commonly next to water and riverbanks.
That's a cool story.
I found it very interesting while researching, because you kind of see two things. You see echo and why we have echoes, and you also see how we have this flower. So it seems this narcissus flower falls into self-love too. Yes, definitely. I think so. It's a very beautiful flower as well. Okay, so that was kind of my story on why we have these two flowers. There's many more flowers as well, which I'll be sure to research, because I had a lot of fun researching these things. So I'll definitely have to look into some more of the flowers. So if anyone has any questions about this, please feel free to comment, and I will try do my best to answer any questions. So someone said, wow, very interesting. Thank you so much. I found this very interesting too. Very, very good.
Yeah, it's very interesting, in my opinion, as well, because I didn't even know that Greek mythology was related to flowers at all.
To be honest, same. Like, I wasn't too sure, that how they explained things, but I think it makes a lot of sense researching into it. Mahmouda Prova says, I read your poem about pomegranates, Safwana. I was amazed. Not many kids know about Mother Gaia. Yes, it's true. I think Greek mythology is a very interesting thing to look at. It definitely makes you a lot more, like you know a lot more about different things. So just like these flowers and stuff, I think it's a very good thing to know about.
Yeah, it seems like from English mostly, because in school, it seems like there's a lot of different things that are related to Greek mythology. So that's quite cool.
Yes. For any kids out there who really like reading stories and maybe writing things in English, I think that learning about a little bit about Greek mythology will be very, very useful in your writing, just as I wrote my poem. So I think it'll be very useful. I do English at school, and we have to know a lot about so yes, I definitely recommend learning it. You were talking about Narcissus flowers. Yes, Narcissus flowers. Okay, well, that was my little fun presentation that I did for today, adding to that funness. I hope it wasn't too complicated. I did try and make the story very simple, so it was easy to follow.
It was really interesting.
Okay, thank you. Narcissistic syndrome derived from this flower name, yes. And also from the story, because he felt fee. No problem. I'm really glad everyone's learning something new, because I definitely learned something new as well. Good evening, everyone. Best wishes for our today's two shining stars. Thank you. Very interesting. Learned a lot. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm really glad we're all learning things together. Okay, so that was my presentation. So, Shurjo, would you like to do your presentation now?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll get that up for you. Okay.
So my presentation is on why do we need plants. So most people think we need plants just as a hobby or just for fun, I guess. That is true, but there's more to that that the eye sees. So on this presentation, we can see like what different reasons why we need plants and things that most people brush over.
Okay.
So the importance of plants. Number one, the importance of plants is that without plants there would be no food. All carbon and proteins, fats, and carbohydrates is derived from photosynthesis in plants. Photosynthesis also allows the plant to get food for themselves, whereas like us, like humans, we just go to like, let's say Asda, which is buy foods. So plants do it differently. Everything we eat, including meat from animals which feed on plants, is a result of plants using the energy in sunlight to take carbon dioxide and create complex carbon containing. Plants are really important for the planet and for all living things. It also absorbs carbon dioxide, which we breathe out, and it releases the oxygen from their leaves. So we help them and they help us in a way. And humans which humans and other animals need to breathe. Living things need plants to live. They eat them and live in them. So let's say bees pollinate plants. Let's say plants didn't exist. Bees wouldn't really have a purpose, and they wouldn't be able to like make their food or create plants. And plants help to clean water too. So that's really cool too. Next slide, please.
That is very interesting.
Yeah. Fun facts. There are hundreds of thousands of plant species. They include the tiny caviar-sized watermill plant to the tallest redwood in California. There's lots of different forests in California, as a fun fact too. So this what I think this kind of one of the biggest, not biggest, but like quite a large area of land that has lots of trees and plants. People travel across the world to see certain plants like the California redwoods, which only belong in California. So that's why people spend thousands of pounds just to go see them. So that's quite interesting too. Did you know that despite humans love plants, 40% of the world's plant species are endangered? This statistic is not really okay. So we need to figure out a way to do something about this and not make plant species endangered. Other species make their homes around certain plants, like the sugar maple, are known as keystone plants. This means they have a disproportionately large effect on the ecosystem, serving as home to many insects and other species. Consider the sugar maple. This tree is found in the hardwood forest and draws up water from the earth and makes it accessible to other plants. The maple is also home to various birds, insects, and other small animals. Studies show a link between the decline of sugar maples and the health of the surrounding area, which means that if there wasn't sugar maples around in that area, the health of like animals and the environment around it would decrease. So this is why different plants are important to us and nature as well. Next slide, please. Plants play a significant role in our lives. Without plants, there would be no more life existing on planet Earth, because we would not we would simply not have any oxygen to live. So that's why plants are really important, and that's why you should get that statistic of 40% of endangered plants down. There are around 3 to 4 million identified plant species, and this list is still increasing. Every day we find different species of plants and things. They provide us with a variety of things to fulfill our daily requirements, including food to eat, air to breathe, clothes to cover our body, wood, medicine, shelter, and many products for human benefit. As you can see, this list goes on and on. There's many things that we can use plants for. Plants are the primary producers, and all other living organisms on this planet depend on plants. The ecosystem we live in is mainly composed of biotic and abiotic components. Biotic components are primarily composed of flora and fauna. The word flora refers to plants, and fauna is all about the animals and their lives. The abiotic features mainly include rocks, mountains, water bodies, etc. Next slide, please.
Sorry, there was a bit of a connection issue there.
Oh, I just said
It's all right. Would you like me to?
yes, please. Thank you. Another key topic that most people talk about, and it's a really interesting topic too. Can plants communicate? Believe it or not, plants can communicate. Plants communicate through their roots by secreting tiny amounts of special chemicals into the soil all through the plant's root zone, what scientists call the rhizosphere. These chemicals called root exudates send signals to every other living thing in the root zone. Plants communicate underground with other organisms as well. They call on certain fungi and bacteria for help when there is not enough nutrients available. Plants do this by secreting very small quantities of certain substances. The microorganisms release nutrients for the plant and get energy-rich sugars in return. Long story short, plants can communicate, mostly due to chemical and radio waves.
That was very interesting. I did not indicate like that.
Yeah. Most people think that plants can't communicate.
Sorry, that was a bit of connection.
Oh, sorry. Most people think that plants can't really communicate just because like they don't speak like normal humans do, but they can. Next slide, please. What else can plants do? Plants can sense a lot about the environment, and it can cause them stress. So let's say everyone can get stressed. Let's say I recently had my exams coming up. I had a test today, physics test. That caused me a lot of stress, causing me to like revise a lot. So same like humans, plants can also get stress. Unlike most humans and animals, though, when plants face predation, which means like face danger to like animals or other plants, damage or environmental changes, they can't run away and hide like us. Sessile or stalkless plants evolved to be incredibly sensitive to the environment in order to survive. According to researchers, plants can count, make decisions, recognize their relatives, and even remember events. And while they may not have a brain, they can learn in a similar way to humans and animals, say scientists. Although plants do not sleep in the same way that humans do, they do have more and less active times when they have circadian rhythms. So that means less. So they're mostly like us humans, awake and active in the day and sleeping, I guess, in the night. So that's why I guess like most people say not to like pick flowers or do things to plants in the night. Internal clocks that tell him when it's night and when it is day, and like many people, plants are less active at night. When the sun comes up, however, they awake to the day. Next slide, please.
That was very interesting. I think the circadian rhythm thing, that is very cool. I think we should talk a little bit more about that maybe in a future episode. I think
Yeah.
I mentioned it a little bit during my sunflower episode, but I didn't really go into it that much because it was a bit complicated. But I think for a topic, it would be very cool to look at that.
Yeah, very interesting
Okay.
too. So now I have a quiz. Next slide, please.
Okay.
So I want to see everyone get involved, please, with this. Question number 1. Can plants communicate? If so, how? Number 2. Do plants sleep? Number 3. Are plants important? Number 4. Why do we need plants? Number 5. What can we use plants for? Number 6. What is your favorite plant? And number 7. Did you learn something?
Oh, okay. Let's see what everyone says in the comments. We'll probably have to wait a good few seconds for all these answers to come in. We do have a lot of comments in the meantime as well. I think we'll answer the comments in a bit.
Side Uncle says, yes, plants can communicate. Yes, that is correct. Do you also know how? Joyshri says, is there any plant on Earth which is nocturnal? There is, according to my knowledge, there is some plants that are nocturnal. There are some plants that are nocturnal, but I have to do some more research on that. But I'm sure there are plants that are nocturnal. Anwar Uncle says, have you asked these questions to your dad? No, I haven't. Not yet. I'm hoping he's listening though.
You got to put him to the test.
Yeah. Yes, plants can communicate. Yes, they can. Does anyone know how? Yes. 1, yes, plants communicate through rhizomes. Yes, that is correct. Do plants sleep? Yes, plants sleep. Yes, that is also correct. 3, are plants important? Plants are very important. Why are plants important? Can someone say?
Yes, that is question 3. Let's see.
Who does call his mum by a name Joyce? I'm just reading the comments.
I have that habit too. Sometimes I'll read my mum's username out as it's like Daisy Saeed, and they'll be like, "Oh, I mean my mum."
Without children, plants cannot survive. Is it right? Yeah, of course. Without me, if I wasn't here, plants could never survive. Do you like to grow vegetables at the
A
backyard?
vital element.
Yeah, I like to grow vegetables in my backyard, but I'd rather grow fruits. I have fruits more. So, yeah. Very interesting presentation. Thank you.
You don't have at least one favorite vegetable?
Well, carrots are nice. Yeah, carrots. I like carrots.
Okay, yeah. I'll accept carrot. I'll accept carrots.
One of our great Bengali scientists invents that plants have life. He is Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose. He also invented radio before Marconi too. Respect Sir Bose. Yeah, that is very interesting. Wow. Wow, brilliant presentation, Sharon Savannah. Thank you. Ma says, I love my summer garden and spent much time. Sometimes I forgot to feed my children on time. That is very true. While doing gardening. My 14-year-old son says, Shurja says, Ma, you love and care about your plants only, even more than your children. It's not fair. Shall I take these statements as compliment or serious accusations? I'm not sure. We seem to be having a bit of technical difficulties with Safwana. So, yeah. Interested to know that plants do communicate. Yeah, but that is very interesting. That's one of my favorite topics, in my opinion, too. That plants can communicate because most people, let's say, I asked my friends the other day if they thought that plants could communicate. They're like, no way that can they communicate. And when I told them, they were very surprised and amazed. So yeah, that is quite interesting. Especially how they don't talk or anything. They communicate through their roots by chemicals and stuff. Top question for today, indeed. Another good.
Shurja, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shurja, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Shurja, what you do, if you just exit from the stream and then join back, I think that should resolve the problem. Shurja, can you join back, please, again? Yeah. Sorry about the some technical problem. We're trying to solve the problem. Just bear with us.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you now. I think Safwana will join as well, I think. in a
Alright.
second. She will join. Shurja, you can read comments, and just meantime, Safwana should join. Okay.
All right. Hi, good evening. Good evening. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Something's wrong. Yes. Hello.
Okay. Yeah, are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you too. All right. I'm not sure what was wrong there. So I'm not sure what went wrong there.
Yeah. I think you're a bit frozen. Carrying on another. Hello. All the best. Nice presentation. Sending love. Thank you. Hello. I think we're still having some technical difficulties, so I will ask another question. What is your favorite plant or vegetable or plant species? Hello?
Sorry. I had an issue again. Could you repeat
I was just asking, what is your favorite plant species or plant? Oh, I think we still have some more technical difficulties.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Safwana, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You can try to use your mobile, maybe, in case that might solve the problem. I think you just keep the laptop one side and go on the mobile, and then you can just share your files using the laptop. Try
Okay,
to
that's
change this
fine.
thing. Yeah, sorry about the.
Yeah, very sorry
yes.
to everyone.
Okay, I think everyone might be able to hear me now.
You keep asking the first question.
So another question on the quiz is, what is your, did you guys learn anything today? Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you.
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully it's okay now.
Yeah, much better.
Okay. Sorry. Can I join?
Oh yes, yes,
Hi.
of course.
Yeah. Hello, Safwana. Yeah. No, that's okay. Don't get puzzled or anything. And don't get upset also. No. What I'm saying, like, you just carry on with your quizzes, because the audiences are waiting for your quizzes to answer. So meanwhile, we already forgot what was those questions were. So you can ask us again and put the screen on again for the audiences. Then we can.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. I
Give me
hope I
one
didn't.
moment.
I hope I didn't interrupt you in between.
Oh no, it's all right. Don't worry, no worries.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. So I'm just going to load up the questions again. They're just going to
I think
load
there's
for you.
answers on the next slide too.
Okay, that's fine. Just go through these. Okay, so these were the questions. Again, for anyone who didn't get to see them or is wanting to see them now. Do you want to move on to the answers now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I'll do that.
Next slide. So the question number 1 was, can plants communicate? If so, how? The answer for that is yes. Plants can communicate using their chemicals in their roots. Question 2 was, do plants sleep? And the answer was, technically, plants do not sleep, but they have different points in their day where they are more and less active. So that's one of the, in my opinion, most interesting facts. So number 3 was, are plants important? The question was that, yes, plants are very important. They give out 70% of the world's oxygen. That's why you guys might have heard people say before, forests and the Amazon, let's say, called the lungs of the earth, because they provide 70% of the world's oxygen. Number 4 was, why do we need plants? The answer was that we need plants for helping us to clean water, plus many other things, such as medicine, and clothes and food, I guess. Question number 5 was, what can we use plants for? Plants help us in our daily lives and help us survive by making herbal remedies. Back in the old days, in near the Amazon, there's lots of herbal treatments and medicines which people used. Question 6, what is your favorite plant? My favorite plant is strawberry plant because I love strawberries. And question number 7 was, did you learn something? The only answer, hopefully, is yes.
I definitely learned something as well. I mean, the whole thing about plants communicating through like different chemicals, that is very interesting. I'll definitely have to look that up as well for further research. It's very cool. Just to answer number 6 as well, my favorite plant. Oh, in terms of fruit, I recently had dragon fruit after a very long time.
Yeah.
And it was very good. I don't have it often because it's very exotic, but dragon fruit is definitely up there right now for me.
It's really nice in a smoothie as well. I've had it.
I should have a dragon fruit smoothie one day.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just wait, is this the last slide? Okay, yeah.
Thank you for listening.
So let's just see everyone's comments about any questions that they have for Shurjo. Sorry, yeah. Let's just see some of the comments that people have.
All right. So my plants sleep day and night. Oh, I don't know what to say about that. Yes, if we want to survive on Earth, we need plants. Yeah, that is very true. Without plants, I don't think we would survive. Especially because of the oxygen that they produce for us. They release oxygen and absorb carbon dioxide. Yes. Yeah. It balances ecology and provides foods. That is also very true. I'm not sure. Well, ecology, yes, and food is very important too, and so is herbal remedies is quite important, because without the medicine that we have in modern times, they wouldn't really be here without herbal remedies. Number 3 was yes. That was my favorite plant is pine tree. Ooh, pine tree. That's actually really cool. Yeah. Release oxygen, yes. Should I do like Lao? I like it when it's with chingri or prawns. I think that's the only time I like it.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Hello?
Sorry, can everyone hear us okay? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's all
good.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Another good topic on the
Okay.
plants.
Okay, they
is
said
that,
they can hear us. All right.
right. We can hear you both now. Okay. Another good topic on the plants is that how they can communicate. Because communicate and sleep is very interesting, as most people would think that they can't really. How do you help your dad and mum for gardening? Well, like filling up, like simple things like filling up the water pot and yeah, things like that. Planting seeds. Such cool kids. I haven't watched the previous 3 episodes. I'm very impressed. Gen Z really rocks. Yeah, the last 3 episodes are very interesting too. 6, sunflower. Ooh, sunflower is a really cool plant. I really like that too, especially sunflower seeds. Sunflower seeds, they're really nice. My favorite plant is jackfruit. Ooh, jackfruit is a really good. I've tried it like once. It's all right in my opinion, but it's really cool. Everything okay? Yes, okay. So, what is everyone's favorite topic about this presentation so far? I think we are having some technical difficulties, so this is fine. So this in over everything is very important topic. So I would suggest that because and it's very interesting too, and quite fun to learn about.
Sorry, are you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm just going from my phone because it wasn't very good connection on my laptop.
That's fine.
Okay. All right, so was that the rest of the comments done reading?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay. Oh, I think, is that another question?
Shujo's primary school friends visited allotment 3 years back. Can you share the experience or what they produced they liked and picked? Oh yeah, I remember this quite clearly. Me and my friends from primary we went to the park like as we do normally, and my mum was at the allotment back then. And it wasn't that far from like the park where we were playing, so I just decided to tell my friends, "Oh, let's just you guys want to see what my mum and dad like makes and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, let's go see." So they went and we had a really fun time there. They picked lots of things like apples, pears. They really like those, tomatoes and strawberries. So all in all, they really enjoyed that experience, and we got some cool photos out of it as well.
Oh, wow, that is very cool.
Yeah.
Should share those photos one day to BTS. I think this question's for me. The mythology part and those facts about plants, it was quite amazing. Oh, well, I'm very glad. I hope everyone did enjoy that part as well as Shujo's presentation.
What's your favorite subject, Shudra? My favorite subject is DT. Mostly one because I like making stuff, and my teacher's really fun as well.
Oh, wow. I haven't done DT in a very long time. Okay. So how about we move on to the Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2 portion of today's program. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do that right now. Let's get up the PowerPoint. Oh, I'll have to add the PowerPoint, so bear with me a few seconds. All right. While it's loading up, we could just chat about what we've done so far today. I found your presentation very, very interesting, and I'm very glad you brought up some of the topics, you know, about why it's so important to have plants. And I think that was a good thing to say. So yeah, thank you for that.
I really enjoyed your mythology part too, because like I did not know that those stories at all.
Oh, I'm really glad.
A comment is, Shudra, can you tell some facts about your vegetarian best friend in high school? Is he strong enough to play being vegetarian? So, I have a friend so I made a video for this program, which is gonna get shown I think soon. So one of my friends there, he's vegetarian, and he's vegetarian. So, and he's like has like very flimsy arms. Well, not flimsy, but like quite say like skinny. He's very skinny, so he's not really like strong enough or thing to play rugby or stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh goodness, I can imagine.
So in your dinner menu, there's lau and chicken. Which one do you prefer? I like lau and that, but 100% has to be chicken.
I will have to go the opposite way with that question. I'm not the biggest chicken fan. I love lau though. Okay, so I think I have the PowerPoint ready, so I'll get that. Okay, great. Okay, so I'll just whiz through these and get to the right slide. Okay, very, very important question today. A very, very important question.
Very controversial as well.
Yes, very controversial, very philosophical. Very, very deep thoughts, and even law trials have gone into this, which I think is pretty crazy. So for our Key Stage 1 and 2 portion, I've decided to put them together since this is such a important topic. Fruit or a vegetable? Tomato. So everyone at home, what do you guys think? And I want to know what you guys think. Is it a fruit? Is it a vegetable? What do you guys suppose? Fruit. Okay, we've got one fruit. Okay, one person on the fruit side. Let's see if anyone's on the vegetable side. Okay, fruit. Got another fruit. Let's see what everyone else is saying.
Fruit.
Okay, getting a lot of fruit sides. Not many supporters. Vegetable. Oh, okay. Okay, we've got a vegetable. Tomato is considered as both. Okay, very interesting Switzerland type answer to that. Both of you are very comfortable. Oh, thank you. If you bite it, it is fruit. Huh. So if I bit a carrot, is the carrot a fruit? I'll ask you that question. Harry says vegetable. Okay, Harry, we've got another contender. Anwar Uncle, you're not alone. Harry agrees with you. Okay, well, we've got a lot of questions. Well, we're going to find out the answer to this question today. So how about we dive into that? Okay, how are they different? So there's two sides to this. There's the botanical and the culinary. So if you don't know what botanical means, it basically means plant science, essentially. So anything to do with the sciencey side, the biological side of plants. So that's what botanical means. And then you have culinary, which is cooking and baking and things like that. So how exactly are vegetables different from fruits? That's the one question we have to battle before we can decide what a tomato is. So on the botanical side, a fruit is formed from flowers, okay? And they have seeds, which are from the flowers that can be harvested and grown to make more fruits. And a few examples of fruits are apples, peaches, and blueberries. So those are fruits, right? Whereas in science, a vegetable is either the roots or the stems or the leaves or the other auxiliary parts of plants. So for example, spinach, carrots, and beetroots. So I said a very big word there, auxiliary. So the word auxiliary essentially means a secondary structure to the plant. So it just adds like support to the plant essentially. So that's the sciencey explanation what a fruit or a vegetable is. So now we go on to the cooking side, which is very, very different actually. And they don't base it off of the structure or the internal kind of biology of the fruits or vegetables. Instead, they categorize it using their flavor palettes, so how they taste. So for fruits are softer and they're on the sweeter side, although they can sometimes be tart and tangy. And so these fruits are usually used for desserts, smoothies, jams, or snacks. I personally have been loving blackcurrant jam recently. Very, very nice. You should try it if you haven't before. Blackcurrant jam with croissants. Very, very nice. Okay, and so in the cooking world, a vegetable is typically blander, so not very sweet. Sometimes they're even a bit bitter, and they're usually a lot more tougher, a lot more harder in the texture. And so they may require cooking to be eaten. Not all vegetables require cooking. You can eat some raw, like carrots, but a lot of them you do have to cook. You can't eat raw. So these kind of vegetables are best used for savory dishes, stir fries, and casseroles. So yeah, that's kind of the difference in the two different worlds. So botanical and culinary, you have to consider both, which is very interesting because sometimes some people will think it more in a cooking way and some people will think it more in a sciencey way. Depends what way you kind of want to think. So next slide. Let's talk about the tomato. So botanically, get ready for this. According to science, a tomato is a fruit. That's right, it is fruit. I have ruined all of the vegetable advocates out there. I'm very sorry, but scientifically, tomato is a fruit. And so the reason why science says it's a fruit is because it has many, many seeds growing inside of it. And it's made from a small yellow flower that you can see on the screen. And it's kind of just like other fruits that grow flowers. And so science says that it is a fruit. Very, very interesting. However, I am not finished, everyone. In the cooking world, it can be used as a vegetable. How interesting is that? So if you did say tomato is a vegetable, you're not entirely wrong. And if you said that a tomato is both fruit and vegetable, I guess you're the most right. But none of your answers are actually wrong. And none of them are actually right. They're kind of both. So you can see my dad, Saeed Shumon, has said it's both. Well done for saying that. In our local shop, it is displayed just next to oranges. So still confusing fact, yes. Very, very confusing. So again, so scientifically it's a fruit, but in the culinary world, it is a vegetable. So it's used just like any other vegetable kind of. It's kind of used with other vegetables like carrots and stuff like that. And it's used in savory dishes, as you can see, some very delicious pasta on the screen, which I would love to eat. So yeah, and you know, tomato isn't the only fruit that's used as a vegetable. You can see along the bottom, I have a bunch of pictures of vegetables, which are actually scientifically fruits. So cucumbers, pea pods, bell peppers, and even eggplants. So these are all actually scientifically fruits. So very, very controversial there. Don't know if you could call an eggplant a fruit. I would have never considered that, you know, it's very interesting.
Neither would I.
Yeah, like I would have never have guessed. But this can also happen the other way around, but not very commonly, is when vegetables are used as fruits in cooking. So kind of like carrot cake and sweet potato pie, pumpkin pie, things like that, which are typically desserts. So you'd think they use fruits, but they actually use scientific vegetables. Very, very interesting, in my opinion. So I just want to ask everyone at home now, what do you think about these classifications, do you think, hey, yeah, that's right, I think it is a fruit now? Or do you think, no, it's definitely a vegetable? I still think it's a vegetable. Let's see what everyone's saying. Lao is formed from flour, then should we say Lao is a fruit too? You see, this is what I was thinking while I was researching this. So you would think that according to science, that perhaps Lao is a fruit. It has seeds, it's from a flower. Although it doesn't really fit with the softer and sweet essence of other fruits, you might think it's probably a vegetable. But considering that maybe a cucumber is a fruit, perhaps Lao is a fruit after all. Sorry to burst everyone's bubble, but perhaps Lao is a fruit. But I'll have to definitely check. Vegetable, because my supermarket sells it on the veggie section. You see, the supermarkets are always right. They have to always be right. It's definitely vegetable then. No, but yeah, a lot of supermarkets do put them with the vegetable section. So yeah. Anna Uncle says science is always critical. Yes, very, very critical in every aspect. What about coconut from the culinary point of view? Coconut's an interesting one because it doesn't have, well, it is like a seed. Like the coconut itself is kind of like a seed. It's like a nut. And so I'm not really sure too much, you know. I'm not too sure if it's a fruit or a vegetable. So I'll definitely have to Google that and let you know. Assalamu alaikum, attending from office. Walaikum salam. Oh, thank you for watching us all the way from the office. In our local shop, it is displayed next to the oranges. Yes, we've seen that. Okay, so I think I had one more thing to say. So I had a little bit of an extra thing. I didn't put this on the slide because it's a little bit confusing for Key Stage 1 and Key Stage 2. But in America, there was actually a trial in court, so a legal trial about fruits and vegetables. And so specifically the tomato. So this seller of tomatoes was trying to bring them to the country, and they were saying that it was a I think it was, they were trying to say it was a vegetable, I think. And so they said, hey, this is a vegetable, I want to bring this into the country. But they said, no, it's a fruit, so you're going to have to pay more since it's a fruit and not a vegetable. Very, very confusing case. I'll have to do a little bit more research on it, but that's essentially what it is. Okay, so that was kind of my Key Stage 1 and 2 portion. I hope everyone had a little bit of fun with that, considering it's been a conversation for a good few years. I think if you asked people 30 years ago, they might have a little bit different answers. But yeah, and yeah, that's tomatoes. I do love tomatoes as well. I feel like tomatoes are very controversial vegetable. Not everyone loves them. Do you like them?
Yeah, I like them. Yeah.
What about ketchup? Because I know a lot of people don't like ketchup.
Yes, I love ketchup.
Yeah, I love ketchup too. My sister doesn't really like ketchup that much. I think she's watching right now. She doesn't really like ketchup. Okay. So that was my portion. So thank you everyone for listening to that. Now we'll move on to the challenge video that Shudra has prepared for us today. So like I said in the beginning, every week we have a new guest, and the guest will always do a presentation and also a challenge video that they do. So if you've watched some of the previous episodes, you know kind of how that goes. So I'll be playing that now. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get that up.
So I'm here with Daniel. Okay, so we're going to be pronouncing some vegetables. Okay, number 1, carrot.
Gaho.
Okay. Number 2, cucumber.
Sosa.
Oh, okay. Number 3, potato.
Alu.
Oh, okay, good one. Number 4, pumpkin.
Kumra.
Oh.
Kumra.
Yes, well done. Can you say carrot one more time, please?
Gaju.
Oh, well done. So I'm here with Vishy, and we're going to be pronouncing some more vegetables. So, number 1, bean. Sheep. Oh, good one. Number 2, garlic. Russian. Oh. Number 3, radish. Mula. Oh. Number 4, orange. Come on now. Oh, well done. Alright. So I'm here with Lucas, and we're going to be pronouncing some different stuff. Number 1, lily.
Shuffler.
Oh. Number 2, rose.
Collab.
Oh. Number 3, grapes.
Anggur.
Oh. Number 4, and the last one, chili. Let's see if you get it correct.
Morik.
Hello. Oh, I think there's some more technical difficulties, so sorry about that. So, well done, kids. Thank you. So that was just me, talking to my friends, about what they think pronouncing different vegetables and flowers in Bangla is.
Sorry about that. I did have a little bit of a technical difficulty, but I am back now. That was a very, very fun video. I think that was probably one of my favorite challenge videos. Sorry to everyone else. Everyone did a very good job, but that was probably one of my favorites, that you got your friends to do that. Very, very dedicated. I found that was very cute as well. They tried their hardest to pronounce all the
Yeah.
words. They did really good. I think the second one did very well in pronouncing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was very good. So how did you convince your friends to help you with that?
Well, I just said it's for this really fun thing I'm doing. So it'll be a really nice video, and it'll be a really fun video to make. So and then they just agreed, and they had a lot of fun making it too.
Oh, that was so good. I'll have to get my friends to do that as well
Yeah.
one day. That was very fun. I think everyone at home watching right now, go to school, ask your friends to pronounce these words. I think you'll have a good crack at it, and I think you'll have a little giggle as well at the pronunciations. But all in all, I think they pronounced them very well. I think sometimes even better than me. So yeah, that was very good. Let's see if anyone has any comments about the challenge video. Okay. Such a well-informed and intelligent presenter. Many different types of desserts are made from potatoes, which certainly are vegetables. Ah, yes, they are. It's a question on my presentation from earlier. But we made sweets from Laos, so many dishes. Moroba, shemai, halwa, yes. We do have Lao shemai. I do really like that. If you can eat one Lao as a fruit, there will be vegetables crisis in Bengali community. To be fair, yes. Don't tell the Italians that tomatoes are fruits. They already hate pineapples on pizzas. One more fruit will kill them.
Yeah.
That is really funny, actually, because Italians don't like pineapple on their pizza. Oh, I think this is for you.
Oh, really? Should you like tomato? I do like tomatoes, Baba. I do. Especially,
yes.
Yeah.
Because you said you don't like vegetables, but I guess tomatoes are fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that question isn't for us. Yes, it is the World Cup. I think I should just mention that quickly for everyone. Thank you for everyone watching this and missing out on the Wales versus USA. So thank you for that. Oh wait, is it Wales versus USA?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I thought I was mistaken for a second. So thank you for everyone who's watching this instead of the football game. Okay.
Ma, I do like tomatoes. You haven't seen me. I do like them. Not cooked though.
Oh, you don't like them cooked?
Nah.
Oh, really? I think I prefer them cooked over not cooked. I don't know. I like them with like curries and stuff, but yeah, I do like them in salads as well. Okay. So thank you so much for that challenge video, Shurja. I really, really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to my quiz from my presentations now that it's been a while and people are starting to forget a few things. So we need to check their knowledge. So is it okay if I go ahead and do that? Okay. So everyone get ready for the quiz. Shurja, I might ask you to read some of the questions, or I might ask you to count down from 10. So just a heads up for that.
Right.
So, what color are tomato flowers? Are they A, red, B, white, C, yellow, or D, pink? So, Shurja, would you like to count down from 10?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's see what the comments say. And I know everyone here, all of the parents who are in this group are active gardeners and already know the answer. You better not be helping your kids with these answers. Make sure they try and answer it themselves. Okay, we've got C, white, okay. C. All right, I think those are our answers, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of C's coming in. All right, I think it's time to reveal the answer. It is indeed C. Mum, you put white. As a gardener, you should know that it is yellow. Goodness gracious. Okay. I think she was just mistaken, you know. I think she saw the narcissus flower and she just had that in her head, maybe. But they are yellow. Yes, it's C. They are yellow. Okay. Maybe you have some sort of exotic tomato from a different country that has white flowers, but typically tomato flowers are yellow. Okay, next question. Shurja, I'll ask you to read it.
What turned into the aster flowers according to Greek mythology? A, tears of a goddess. B, snowdrops. C, rain from a water nymph. D, shooting stars.
So I'll count down from 10 for everyone. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the answers better be pouring in any second. This is a little bit of a hard question. You got to remember this from the beginning of the program, but I did make it clear what it was. Okay, I think we're getting a few answers in. Let's see. We're getting A or C. Okay, A. Okay, lots of A's. A. All right, give a few more seconds for anyone else who is wanting to answer. Right, I think I'm going to reveal the answer now. It is A. Yes, it is A. Tears of a Goddess. When the goddess Astraea cried because she was so sad for humanity, and they fell down and turned into the beautiful purple flowers. All right, so we'll go on to the next question. What is the other name for narcissus flowers? Is it A, daisy, B, lily, C, dandelion, or D, daffodil? All right, Shurja, I'll ask you to count down from 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Okay, we were getting a lot of D for daffodil. Okay, D. C. Let's see. Okay, D for daffodil. All right. Sorry, I have a bit of noise in the background. I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully it will drown out in a few moments. All right, so yes, the right answer is D, daffodil. So I'm pretty sure a lot of people know daffodils. I feel like I know the name daffodil more than I know the name narcissus. I don't know. I think I just refer it to a daffodil a lot more often. All right, so well done to everyone for putting D, and we'll go on to the next slide. So, wait, did you read the last question? No, Shorja, you can read this question.
Scientifically, is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? A, fruit. B, vegetable.
Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay, let's see. Oh, kids nowadays know a lot. Yes, yes. All right. Well, we're getting a mixture of answers. So my dad said both. Someone said B. My mom says A. I'm not answering this one. Very, yes, you can choose that. The answer is C, both. Okay, well, the key word in this question is scientifically, aka botanically, and I'm afraid the answer is A, a fruit. I'm very sorry to all of the vegetable advocates, but scientifically, according to science, it is a fruit. So yes, but in a more sorry, can you hear me? Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. In a more general sense, yes, they are both fruits and vegetables, but specifically according to science, it is a fruit. So yeah, do well to remember that. If you ever talk to any botanists or fruit specialists, I'm not sure, tomato specialists, then be sure to remember that. Okay. And this question, which of these is actually botanically a fruit? Is it A, spinach, B, cucumber, C, carrot, D, celery? So Shurja, would you like to count down from 10?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Okay, getting a bit of some answers right now. All right, let's see. B. Okay, got one B. All right, they're talking about the football match in the comments. This is gardening, learning fun, not football learning fun. I'm kidding. I did watch the England match. Very, very exciting.
Yeah.
They played it at school on the TV.
Yeah, same for me.
I think we played it everywhere. Okay, a lot of answers B. All right, so botanically, it is yes, cucumber. B, definitely yes. It is a fruit, which is kind of crazy for me. I love cucumber as well. Do you like cucumber?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I mean, it is a fruit, it's not a vegetable, so you're sticking to that, I guess. All right, I'm pretty sure that was the last question. So well done to everybody if you got all of those right. So hopefully that's okay. But yeah, don't worry if you didn't get any of them right, or don't worry if you got some of them wrong. I'm sure you did perfectly well. I mean, it's fine. All right, so to end off today's program, I'm just going to quickly talk about the current gardening activities that you can do now. So obviously it is getting very, very, very cold outside. How is it outside for you?
Yeah, it's also very cold.
It's getting very cold, and
Yeah.
apparently it's going to start snowing sometime soon around the UK, which is very cool, I guess, if you like the snow.
Yeah.
But for your plants, it's not very cool. So make sure you are protecting your plants from the harsh rains that are coming into the UK and the harsh weather conditions. So you can start moving them into greenhouses, or you can start covering them with recycled plastic bags, something like that, to make sure your plants are protected from any kind of harm, especially the soft ones like fruits. So yeah, make sure you protect them. Okay, and so as you can see on the screen, a picture of tulips. And when you think of tulips, you think of spring. And so right now is the ideal time to start thinking about what springtime flowers you want to plant, and planting them now. So tulip bulbs, hyacinths, these kind of flowers, you're going to want to start planting these bulbs right now. So make sure you go and do that if you would like to. So yeah, those are a few of the gardening activities, and we'll talk more about what you can do in these cold weathers in hopefully the next episode. So yeah, that was Gardening, Learn and Fun, episode 4. I really hope everyone enjoyed that. I definitely did. So yeah, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to today's program, especially you, Shurja, for helping me with this. It's a really big thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, and you're welcome onto this show anytime in the future, whenever you'd like to, for another episode, maybe, if you're willing to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had a lot of fun learning about different things from your presentation, especially doing my research for my stuff as well. And so I'm hoping everyone at home has also learned different things too. So I'm really glad we did this today after a long week off, a few weeks off. So yeah, I think a few comments are coming in now, as they do. So we'll see those come up. Okay, got a lot of people showing their appreciation. Loved this episode. Bestest wishes, you both. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Well done, and big round of applause for you both. Oh, thank you so much. A little pat on the back if you'd like to. I think you did very well. I think we both did very good this episode. Inaya loves cucumber and salad. Oh, well, that's great. I love cucumber and salad too. I like it in sandwiches as well. You should try a cream cheese cucumber salad one day. I mean, sandwich one day. Very good.
I really enjoyed coming onto this program and especially making the presentation challenge video. That was quite a different experience for me, and overall this experience was really interesting and fun. And I also learned a lot of things as well. So yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course. All right. Well done. Big round of applause. Well done and best wishes. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who has been watching. And again, thank you for everyone who has been watching for the whole thing. And even if you haven't been able to watch it live and you're watching this afterwards on another day, maybe, thank you for watching it as well.
Can you call your dad as Shimon? I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, very professional presenting. Thank you so much. I think Shurja did a great job presenting as well.
Thank you.
All right, I think we'll have to draw our live today to a close. Once again, I know I've said this quite too many times, but thank you so much for joining me and everyone at home for watching, and just thank you so much. I'm very grateful that you all tune in and love to watch these things and learn with us.
Thank you.
Yes. All right. So we shall bid our farewells. So yes, thank you everyone for watching.
স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে বিদেশ। স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর, হবে না তো বিদেশ বিদেশ করে বিদেশ। স্বপ্ন যাবে অনেক দূর।